Welcome to BCAN Live from Momentum Festival. I'm your host, Allie Ray. It's a beautiful day in downtown Toledo as we are celebrating everything art. As you can see, it's a family fun event. We have circus folks, pop-up murals, and so much more. But before we get into that, we are going to take a look at what the Toledo Arts Commission has to say.
Well, the Arts Commission is important because it is the organization that organizes and directs all of our energies and our ideas around art.
The Arts Commission is important to artists because they are supporting them directly through grants, through opportunities to make their work, and most importantly by bringing people here in Toledo together.
It's all about people working with people to make great things happen.
There is that mixing of genres. I think that's like super valuable. You get to conversate with these cats and absorb what it is they're doing, their passion.
As a young artist, that grant that I received was such an important moment because it gave some legitimacy to what I was doing.
The Arts Commission was one of the first places where I started to feel that this could really be a home for me. So often in my life I've had a crazy idea that people have said no, or you shouldn't be doing that. And in my experience with the Arts Commission, there's been a lot of yes, or what could we do?
Winning the first submission to the accelerator grant, he got me my paper and a nicer lens, chemistry, everything. So something that I was planning to acquire over 6 months, I was able to get like the following months.
Continuing to work in the YAW program just helped me gain my confidence as an artist, and then also share that with the apprentices that I ended up teaching.
Art is the pulse of the community. You get the full breadth of the experience of living in a community through the art that's produced in that community.
There's so many great things that are happening here in Toledo that if people just choose to go out and participate, their perception of their community will begin to change immediately. And then that's where those relationships develop that really start to build the fabric of the next level of the city.
I could not imagine Toledo without the Arts Commission.
When you think of Toledo, I don't think a lot of people would say it's one of these great art capitals of the world, and yet it is.
The sort of arts community we have in Toledo is what you would expect in a New York City, in a Chicago, in Boston.
The arts are really, alive, vibrant, and really playing a significant role in our community, and I don't think that happens everywhere.
The arts give a community its soul.
I could not imagine Toledo without the Arts Commission.
Such an important moment.
And I don't think that happens everywhere.
The arts give a community its soul.
Art is the pulse of the community.
Bringing people in Toledo together.
Yes, or what could we do?
The soul of the city. Soul of the city.
The arts give a community its soul.
And I don't think that happens everywhere. They're just scratching the surface with what we'll see over the next 60 years.
I am now joined by the Arts Commission's communications manager, Crystal Phelps. Thank you so much for being with me.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me, Allie.
Now, let's start at the beginning. For those folks that may be living under a rock, what is the Arts Commission and its annual arts festival, Momentum?
Yeah, so the Arts Commission is the oldest arts commission in the state of Ohio. We were founded in 1959. So the Momentum Festival is a 3-day celebration of arts and culture, highlighting not only Toledo creatives, but national artists and international artists as well.
This is such an exciting event, and it's very successful after we had a year like 2020. How does it feel that it's in full swing now?
I mean, it feels great to be back. All of our attendees have been really kind and keeping distance and all that kind of good stuff. So that's been lovely. All of our artists and performers have been great, and really excited to be in front of an audience again because the creative industries were some of the hardest hit when the pandemic started.
Now, Now that leads me into my next question. Over the past year and a half, how artists have been hit hard the most, what kind of outreach programs and assistance has the Arts Commission given to those local artists?
Right, so the Arts Commission, right at the beginning of the pandemic, worked closely with the City of Toledo and Lucas County to organize a bunch of arts relief grants. We gave out over $300,000 directly to local artists who were impacted, because a lot of those artists aren't eligible for the national relief funding that came out. So it's been really great partnerships that we've had in the community to make that happen.
And we've closely on here on BCAN been following that development as well as the rest of the city has. With an outreach program like the other outreaches, what about YAW and other ones that you have for those littler groups like the young adults?
Yeah, so the Arts Commission has so many wonderful programs, not just the festival. The Young Artists at Work program employed, I believe, 83 young artists and teaching artists over the summer for our 6-week program. And they're debuting some films in the Key Bank Discovery Theater at Imagination Station today. We also have our Art in Public Places program, which maintains and does all the good stuff with the city's collection. So that's really exciting. We also offer artist services directly. So if artists need help with their portfolios, that kind of stuff, we also have accelerator grants and merit awards. So many things that people can discover with us.
Now, do you sleep? That seems like you guys have so much going on. Do you ever have time to sleep?
Yes, you know, you would be surprised at how much our team comes together, and it's really not just the team at the Arts Commission. Our board is amazing. All of our community partners are just incredible, and our community in Toledo is so collaborative and so open. It's really, really a treasure.
Now, can you give us a sneak peek for any future initiatives, events, happenings that the Arts Commission has up its sleeve?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now there are 5 new murals going in along Water Street. So those will be wrapped up soon. We're going to be announcing the selected artists for the new convention center coming up shortly. The Art Loop Haunted Harvest is coming up in October. There's loads and loads of things, but also you can stay up to date on everything by visiting theartscommission.org.
Perfect. And how does it feel for you, seeing that your hard work has definitely paid off? How does it feel seeing this in full swing?
I mean, it's really an honor to be quite frank. I mean, not only are people just like enjoying this, but it's great. Even like we've had such a big summer between like the Riverwall starting, which is incredible, Solheim Cup and everything. This event is really for Toledo and like celebrating all of that and welcoming all of these artists back. I mean, I'm so humbled and honored to be a part of the Arts Commission team and to be here with you celebrating all of this great work.
Well, I think I speak for everyone in the Toledo area that thank you so much for all of your hard work and everything that you do to support local artists. And we have so much more going on here at the Downtown Momentum Festival. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned for more sneak peeks of Momentum. welcome back to BCAN Live from Momentum Festival. I'm your host, Allie Ray. There is so much going on down here for this free event. I mentioned that it's free, so come on down. Everybody can enjoy this. We have free film screenings at Imagination Station, local vendors, as you can see, that everybody has goods for the whole family. Also, the art presented by the Ability Center for a local and public mural painting. There's so much going on, and we are so excited to be giving it to you live at BCAN. We are actually going to be tossing to our BCAN reporter, Faith Atkins, who is going to be talking about street seats installation.
Thanks, Allie. And right now, I'm actually right next to the Imagination Station, sitting on top of the art with Matt Muller. And Matt, tell us about this art that we're sitting on.
So these are the street seats. They're inflatable installation that my studio Newhouse made. They are kind of in between furniture and like larger structures, and they're these modular play objects for adults and children alike.
And actually, so the name Street Seats, you guys originally built these for block parties, but as you can see, we have the kids are on here. Talk to me about what that was like when you got a new audience.
Yeah, well, everyone at our studio is really playful, and we often just make sculptures that we want to play with ourselves. So we originally made them for adults, but realized that kids really love playing with them, and they facilitated this kind of play where they're like a playground where there's these really big climbable structures, but because they're not fixed, the kids can move them around and have agency over their play space. And so we made some that were more geared towards kids, and it's really fun to watch them like change the space that they're playing with. Yeah.
Awesome. And these street seats are from Newhouse, and we were talking earlier, Newhouse travels across the country to different states and cities for their art festivals. You were just in Las Vegas, in LA, and now you're here with us in Toledo. Tell me, why was it important for you guys to be here at Momentum Festival?
Yeah, we're based in Providence, and we travel all over. And art festivals like this, Momentum in Toledo, are our favorite. This is our third year being here, and yeah, it's seeing like the diversity of people that come to these and the joy at these like city art festivals is so great, and we just love to come to them.
All right, but we're so glad that you're here. Thanks so much, Matt. Allie?
Thank you so much, Faith. And now we're going to be seeing the splash of color that Toledo has received with Eric Oblander.
Thanks, Allie. Hey, I'm here with Nathan Madamo, the Director of Public Art and Public Places for the Arts Commission. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about this beautiful mural behind me. Tell me what's going on there.
So this is a mural by an artist. She goes by Jury, Juuri. She's out of just outside of Oklahoma City. And Jury's in town this week to do this really beautiful mural outside of the Imagination Station. She really kind of dug into the flora and fauna kind of aspects of the area and gravitated towards the cardinal and the carnation, which are obviously the two states, the bird and flower of Ohio. So she's creating this really wonderful, just kind of large birds and floral motifs. She's really influenced by Japanese art, so there's kind of Japanese woodcut styles in there. She employs just really awesome like gold paint, so it's a really beautiful mural. It's really looking great.
Yeah, it really fits this area. I think it's great. So let's talk a little bit about your job. This is like your Christmas time for this is it. This is like your thing. So talk a little bit about what's happening, how it's going so far.
So yeah, everything's been really great. It's been a fun weekend. We're commissioned 4 new murals this year. Jury's a work by artists that goes by Arlen Graff, and then we have 2 murals by locals, one by Jacob Parr and Bradley Scherzer, and then Tony Touch has a mural down in the in ProMedica's parking garage. So we've been working on those, coordinating those for a few months now. Everything's coming together. It's looking great. All the murals are awesome. We're really happy.
Great job. You knocked it out of the park again this year. We're very proud to be a part of it with you guys, and thanks, Nathan.
Yeah, thanks for your support. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Eric. And now I am joined with Hope Hooper, the Momentum Festival event manager. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. It's a beautiful day as we are just celebrating all things art. So explain, what is it like to organize and coordinate an event of this size?
Well, it takes a lot of teamwork. So our whole staff is part of making this event happen. We also have a large committee full of volunteers that help make it happen, and of course our wonderful sponsors who we couldn't do this without.
Now, this is just what we're seeing behind us is just a sliver of what Momentum is. Talk about the different sections of interactive murals, intersection, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so we had mural artists who came out and worked on Thursday and Friday, and people can come and vote for their favorite piece today. And we have an artist market full of wonderful people. Handmade Toledo helped make that possible this year. We have artists from across the country. Newhouse, who you can see the street seats behind us, is from Boston. And then we also have Crescendo. It was a gorgeous piece over the last couple of nights, which was glowing in Festival Park. And they're from Cincinnati, so it was wonderful to have them. And then our local artists as well, the mural artists. We've got some folks down just from Michigan, Zott Arts, thanks to the Ability Center who sponsored them. And just wonderful groups from all across Toledo and the region and the whole country.
What does it mean to you to be able to organize an event that is helping local, regional, and national artists?
It's wonderful. It's so excellent. I mean, it's part of Toledo is the arts, and the Arts Commission does so much to grow that in the region, between what you see at the festival today and then of course the intersection exhibition that's going on at the Toledo Museum of Art until October 3rd. It's just a lot of great activity and a great way to grow Toledo and grow our reputation as an arts center in the country.
Now, this might be the hardest question I ask you. What is your favorite part about Momentum?
Oh gosh, that is a hard question. Honestly, it's seeing everything come together in the end. It takes so much teamwork, and it's so wonderful to see not only the people that work for the Arts Commission and our volunteers, but also all of the artists and entertainers and everyone who has come together for the whole weekend. It's just seeing it actually happen is magical.
Working with so many artists, would you say that you're an expert on all sorts of media, from murals to street art to everything else? If someone asks you any question, you already know the answer.
Well, we try. Between myself and the rest of the staff, I would say there's a lot of expertise. There's always room to grow, though, because there's always new things going on, and there's always new forms of art to learn about and get better at understanding.
Hope, thank you so much for all you do in the arts community and in Toledo. We appreciate you taking this time to talk with us.
Thank you.
We have another break coming up, but don't go anywhere. We have plenty of Momentum Festival coverage to give you right after this short break. Welcome back to BCAN Live from Momentum Festival. I'm your host, Allie Ray. It's a beautiful day as we are celebrating all things art. We have local vendors. We have the ZA Art presented by the Ability Center, which is a community effort mural. We also have free admission for local film screenings at Imagination Station. So there's so much going on. But before we get into all of that, we're actually going to toss it to our very own Dion. Dion, what's going on over there?
Thanks, Allie. I am here with Agila, and she runs the Agila Center for Middle Eastern Dance. Agila, you want to talk a little bit about that?
I'd love to. The Agila Centers is located on Reynolds near Dorr. We came to Toledo in 2005, and we've been part of the Common Space system since then. We have currently classes 8 times a week. You can go from beginner to professional, so if you think you're going to dabble, you might end up on stage one day.
Can you tell us a little bit about what type of dance that you teach?
This is Middle Eastern dance to us, but generally the public calls it belly dancing. And its origins are from as many countries as do it. Greece, Turkey, Egypt, Syria, Jordan, they all have a version, and we explore all of them.
So for all you young people, this predates twerking. So, no, I'm kidding. But Agila, I think that is very nice. So what would you tell a person if they were, they wanted to get started with you, but they were a little unsure, maybe because, is it low impact, or talk to us about it?
Wonderful. It is very low impact. There is no age restriction. Whatever age, shape, size, body type you have when you walk in the door is the perfect one to be dancing. And we encourage people dance into their later years. And because it is low impact, it is nice balance control, it's good isolation control for the body. And the main thing you have to do is 2 things. You have to know that you're currently walking around with all the equipment you need to do this. And secondly, please only come in if you're planning to have fun.
So Agila, how long are your classes?
Classes are 1 hour and 10 minutes each. And they occur every night of the week, Monday through Thursday, and then we occasionally have events on the weekend. And we'd love to have you come join us.
So what's your thoughts on the Momentum Festival down here in Toledo tonight?
This is one of our favorite events every year. We've been involved with Momentum for quite some time, and I love where they've moved it this year, the stage and the artists close together, so it brings more of an intimacy to the event, and we are really excited to be here. The dance company will be performing dances of Egypt, North Africa, the Middle East at 2 o'clock.
So as you see, Alex is there, and then you have myself. Could you actually teach us what to do? I mean, we got different body types.
Indeed you do, but you've still got all the right equipment. You're walking around with everything you need to do this. And we have welcomed men into our studio as well, and we're always in search of additional males to come join us. There's an athletic version of belly dance, and we're in great need of having your experience with us.
Well, I wouldn't want to embarrass myself, but Agila, I want to thank you. And you guys, get out here tonight, 2 o'clock today. You're going to see her perform, and please, if they want to get in contact with you, how would they do that?
AEGELA.com, or you can just Google Belly Dance Toledo.
Guys, you heard it first. I'm here with Agila. Back to you, Allie.
Thank you so much, Dion. I love the support and the love that Toledo artists have for one another, and just the support that we are giving each other. Still, we're in a pandemic, but that's not stopping us from celebrating all things art. I actually got these earrings here at local vendor, and you can actually come down, support local artists, and even stop by. If you can't come down, you can always check out their individual Etsy's. And speaking of shopping local, one of my favorite spots is Handmade Toledo. So we're tossing it to Faith Atkins.
Thanks, Allie. I'm here with Jessica Crossfield, the owner of Handmade Toledo, located in Upper Town on Adams Street. And Jessica, we're here at the Artist Market. Tell me, what can people expect when they come out here?
Well, we have around 20 vendors. We are in Festival Park, which is in between ProMedica Steam Plant and the Imagination Station. You kind of walk down the steps. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of local artists, anything from like handmade soaps, macrame. We have Toledo designed clothing. We have lots of 2D art, 3D art, candles, and even some pottery. So we got a really good selection of things out here for everybody, and we're here till 6, and the event is free.
Sounds awesome. So there's a little something for everybody. Now, the Artist Market has been with the festival for the last couple of years. Are you noticing a trend in what artists are making or what people are buying?
I feel like since the pandemic, people have been doing a lot of like more activity-based things. You know, we've all been home, and we have some really cool puzzles. We have some really cool activity books, coloring books. We even have like weaving kits and macrame kits and embroidery kits where you can learn to do a craft, learn to make something new, and we've found that those have been really popular the past year with all of us. Also, stickers are just going wild. I mean, everybody loves a sticker. You can put it on anything, you know, your water bottle, your car, your laptop, you know.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a good sticker. Is there anything that caught your eye at the Artist Market that you're just like, I have to go home with this?
Yeah, all of those plants down there and that hand-dyed yarn is really calling me. I love to crochet. It's a mobile craft, you know. You can crochet anywhere.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. So for the people who can't make it out to the Momentum Festival, how can they get their hands on these handmade goods?
Well, you can follow Handmade Toledo and the Arts Commission both on all of our social medias, and we have a lot of the artists tagged there. Or you can come shop at Handmade Toledo. We're open 6 days a week, and a lot of the artists that are in the Artist Market today, we carry their goods in the store.
All right, awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much for what you do for local artists here in the community, and thanks so much for talking to us. We're gonna take, no problem. We're gonna take a quick break, but there's more BCAN Live from the Momentum Festival after this.
Welcome back to BCAN Live at the 2021 Momentum Festival. I'm your host, Allie Ray. It is a beautiful day in downtown Toledo. we really we couldn't have gotten any luckier. We are seeing local vendors. We also have a bunch of kiddos that are enjoying the pop-up art and interactive art. Also, there are so many street artists. We have live glass blowing, bird's eye view circus folks that you can see over here. And I actually had the privilege to speaking to a few glass artists in the Glass City with Diane Wright with the Toledo Museum of Art and glass artists to discuss the unlimited ideas of what glass can be.
One of the things that we really like to do at the museum here is to support artists that are making new work, and especially in the glass world, the glass industry, I should say, in Toledo is really critical to a project like this, because Pilkington's support with materials and the Arts Commission's ability to kind of work with artists and the museum, we sort of make this really beautiful synergy of museum, Arts Commission, industry to offer artists an opportunity to really experiment with glass. Hi, my name is Diane Wright. I'm the Senior Curator of Glass and Contemporary Craft here at the Toledo Museum of Art. Welcome to Momentum Intersection. This is the 4th iteration of this juried exhibition, but we're showing 2 years actually worth of artists this year because we weren't able to have the exhibition last year. So instead of 3 artists this year, we're really excited to have 6 artists in the exhibition.
I conceived of an idea in 2020 and it was working out. I was on track to have it done for a 2020 exhibition, but COVID happened and we had to postpone, which is understandable. So I had a whole extra year to kind of work the ideas out, and I think that's when I developed a little bit more of the concepts and the meditations and the audio recordings. I went to school in Bowling Green, so it's kind of like coming back to my roots a little bit. I spent a lot of time here at the museum blowing glass and helping people blow glass, and I've always really admired the exhibition, and this building I think is amazing. So it's kind of surreal to be in the building and have this experience and to be a part of this exhibition with so many great artists that I really admire as well. Overall, the work is about subtle energy and our influence on the world and the world's influence on us. So the idea is that you stand on the box and there's a bed of water under here, so the water kind of ripples a little bit, and that gives you an idea of how your energy affects the world around you. And then you observe the clock, and I actually created and recorded a bunch of audio tracks that are meditations that you can listen to as well. And you can get those by going to my website or scanning the QR code on the tag over here.
I have been able to work on this idea since 2020 because there was a lot of time and COVID. So it's been with me for a long time and it's sort of evolved. And so I'm really excited to see how it's living right now. But the idea came out of a thought about making architectural spaces reciprocal, mobile, and responsive. And so I thought, how could we take this like very rigid material, something that is delicate but strong, that can break with tension, and think about it in ways that can bend and flex with different needs. At each joint here, it's all able to articulate and bend. It also has the capability of zipping and unzipping, so it can open and close, or come out into compartments. There's 4 quadrants here. But I did put this on, and it was a little bit heavy, but you can move with it and dance with it. And that's sort of the a synopsis of the thought around this project. Everything is always constantly shifting, and so the imagination that we can be static objects, frozen, it almost doesn't match the way our world has evolved. And so I wondered how we could create spaces that could change with us as we change.
We love to support projects here at the museum that give us the opportunity to collaborate in the community. So this particular project is a collaboration between the Arts Commission and Pilkington, and now we get to come on board as the exhibitor of the work, and of course the space over in the CVA is a space also where we can include work by the artists as well. So we look forward to ongoing conversations and collaborations with our community as well. Momentum Intersection runs from September 3rd to October 3rd. It's in 2 locations here on the museum's campus, in the Glass Pavilion and over in the Geary Building, which is University of Toledo Center for Visual Arts.
Incredible what these artists can create out of glass. Something so stiff, yet they can actually, we have our own Faith Atkins over here, and we have the mayor as well. We're gonna get to him in a second, but we're actually gonna toss to Eric.
Thanks, Allie. Hey, I'm up here with Mallory Crooks from the Ability Center. You're the public relations manager. Tell us about the Ability Center and what you guys do.
Yeah, so the Ability Center is a nonprofit serving people with disabilities. So our whole goal is to create independence for people, whether that be in the community, at home, living safely in their home. We're all about just making opportunities inclusive and accessible for all.
And then talk a little bit about Zot Arts.
Yeah, so we were drawn to Zot Arts because they don't really focus on making accommodations for typical art experiences. They've really created an experience that's inclusive for all, so kids with and without disabilities can have a shared art experience, and that's really what True Inclusion is all about.
There's so much cool stuff going on back here with the wheelchair painting, with the bubbles, and we've got all sorts of things. Talk a little bit about what's going on behind us.
Yeah, so they have accessible tools that kids can actually roll and paint and do printmaking, and it's really impactful for kids with physical disabilities because it can help with motor skills and social skills, and then kids with autism or other developmental disabilities, it can teach them self-esteem and confidence. So we're really excited to be able to offer this to the community.
So, Mallory, talk about the teaming up with Momentum. What does it mean to be able to, how important is this for the Ability Center and Momentum to get together for such a cool thing?
So the Ability Center really takes it on as our responsibility to facilitate these opportunities because we're bringing organizations that are already established to events in Toledo, partnering with local resources because we feel like it's our job to introduce people to these opportunities that they might not be familiar with. So in order to do this, we partnered up with Zot Arts, and now people in our community know that these opportunities are available, and then we can kind of explore them and kind of recreate the wheel here in Toledo.
Mallory, thanks. I love that you're like the welcoming thing right when people show up, too. It's great. It's such a great place to be, and what a great opportunity for everyone here to share the art with you guys. So thanks a lot, Mallory. All right, back to you guys.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. And now I'm actually joined by Mayor Wade Kapsakavich. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's another beautiful weekend in Toledo, and happy to be at Momentum.
Oh, we are so excited that you're here with us. Now, Summit Street, since we're right off Summit, that has actually received a much-needed facelift from Solheim to Momentum. How does it feel to show off Toledo's new downtown look?
Well, it's not just Summit Street, but also we reinvented Levis Park. And we really designed a number of things to make them more pedestrian friendly. The idea is to try to create a walkable environment, a bikeable environment, not an environment that facilitates semis, belching exhaust fumes, in the noses of, diners and other visitors. So it's been an effort over a number of years to, put some roads on what they call road diets, to, reduce the number of lanes, to expand sidewalks, to do some public art in the right-of-way. And you can see that the restaurants and shops along the way have responded by including outdoor dining options, which they never used to have before because it wasn't a pleasant environment to eat in before. So it is, this is part of what vibrant, successful cities do. And I think that, beginning with Solheim and continuing through an event like this, I just can't tell you how much positive feedback we're getting. And so, it feels good. We have more work to do, but there's no question that downtown Toledo is a more vibrant, exciting place than it was a few years ago.
Now that the construction crews have cleared, I have to say I personally have really enjoyed the downtown scenery and eateries down here as well. What does it mean to you for the local community to find ways to support local arts in our area, like events such as Momentum?
Well, I've always been interested in the arts. You know, when I was in high school, you know, I did a lot of extracurriculars, but the one that I think I enjoyed the most was, you know, the school musicals. You probably wouldn't surprise too many people to imagine me as a you know, kind of a ham. I used that experience in the high school musicals to actually, I grew it. I was Muddy the Mud Hen one summer. I literally was the Mud Hen one summer. So, you know, the arts and music and literature, it's always been important to me. But even if it weren't, even if you're someone who's not necessarily drawn to the arts, and even if you're only focused on the bottom line, well, then you should be excited about arts from that perspective. The year before COVID hit, arts in Ohio as an industry was a $42 billion industry. Now, unfortunately, COVID hit the arts community harder than most, and nationwide, almost 60% of all arts-related organizations have closed or downsized in some way. So the arts are important, not just because they feed the soul of a community, but they're important for dollars and cents. They create jobs, they create economic energy, and you know, coming out of COVID, this is an industry that needs our help, and that's why it's so exciting to see momentum happening, and we're going to do everything we can to, you know, get that economic engine roaring again, because it's important for our economy, and that's the message I want to get out. Sure, it's important for our soul. It's also important for our economy.
And I think I speak on behalf of all Toledoans when we say that we are so thankful that the city of Toledo has really shown that support with those outreach programs and financial aid for those artists. What is your favorite part of Momentum?
Well, you know, this is 17, 18, 19, 20. This is the fourth or fifth one. I think we started.
Yeah.
It started in 2017. I think every year it changes a little bit for me. I just kind of like sampling, you know, everything. I can tell you today what I'm looking forward to doing. In fact, what I might do right after this interview is over, I want to go up into the Discovery Theater in Imagination Station and watch Sons of Toledo, the locally produced movie, short movie that has been entered in all kinds of competitions, including Sundance and films like that, that follows the story of you know, a Toledo family struggling with, you know, violence in the neighborhood. So that's I'm looking forward to that. I think I would like to support that filmmaker who's a local team, and you know, so this year I think I'm looking forward to that. Next year it could be something else. It's a cliche, but it's really true. Every year it's a little something different, and that's what makes this such a fun event.
Well, I can tell that you are so passionate about the arts. Being the mayor of the Glass City, that is so rich in the arts. What about that are you most proud of?
Well, I think I'm most proud that Toledo was the first in the state, institutionally, structurally, to embrace its arts community and to provide a funding stream. You got to go back to 1977. Toledo City Council adopted a program that's called 1% for the arts, where essentially they take 1% out of a particular budget line item and dedicate it to the arts community. We were the first city in the state to do anything like that. Now the state of Ohio's commitment to public art in the state is modeled after what we started, you know, almost 45 years ago. I think that shows that, you know, art and culture is in our DNA. I can remember, you know, being on city council 20 years ago during, you know, some tough economic times, and, you know, things had to be cut. We had to sort of tighten our belts a little bit. And there was a debate about whether we should eliminate the 1% for the arts during that time, and we didn't. And the message back then is the same as it is now, especially in tough times. You need art, you need color, you need music, you need poetry, you need to fill your soul. Otherwise, life can be sort of a dark, drab place. And so we began this commitment to the arts almost 45 years ago. We've kept it up even during tough times, especially during tough times. And now that, you know, the economy has recovered and we're, frankly, winning awards for our economic development here in Toledo, it makes all the more sense to embrace it. So I think I'm most proud of the history that Toledo has with embracing its arts community.
And we definitely need a splash of color in Toledo, and that's why we're going to be now throwing it to Dion with Tony Touch in his latest mural.
All right. Hello This is Deion Thompson from BCAN, and I am here with the legendary Tony Touch. Tony, how are you today, man?
We're doing real good. We're out here having some fun.
Tony, you know, I did my research on you, and one of the things I saw in your bio that I thought was super, super interesting is you're a great tattoo artist. And it's funny because I did my research, as I said, and I asked some of my jiu-jitsu students, and they all knew who you were. I don't have any tattoos, but everybody spoke so highly about how well you work with new people getting a tattoo. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, I've been doing this for 20 years, and just like any job, people sometimes can get a little jaded doing what they do, but I think it's very important to remember that this is their big day. This is their moment of the week, the month, the year. Don't forget that. Treat every client like it's their first time, because sometimes it is, and make it a good experience. Just makes it easier for them to come back.
So one of the things, I've been in a tattoo shop before, and I can honestly say those are some of the cleanest places I've ever been in. I mean, you know, people who don't have tattoos have these preconceived notions. You want to talk about, like, how does the shop stay so clean? What do you guys do?
It's, more importantly than the, art of tattooing is the cleanliness. You really don't want to get any kind of muck in the blood or anything like that. It's very important that health is first and then the art is second. That way everyone's safe, and they also have something really cool to show off on top of it.
Tony, I'm going to be honest with you, you know, the mural in the background, you snapped on that, man. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this idea actually came from my son. This building actually houses all the equipment for the pump house for the fountains above at Promenade. And I asked my son, I go, how do you think fountains work? And he's 6, and he said they take bath time and they put it through tubes. Right then and there, I knew I had a gem, so I took his idea and I just ran with it. And I am so pleased. This is my best mural to date, and I'm happy to share it with the city of Toledo.
Tony, I saw something in your bio that I thought was super cool. You said, if you come to me and I cannot do it, I will refer you to somebody that I feel that can meet your needs. That is awesome. Where'd you get that from?
It's, a simple concept. Every artist, they're not all of them are jacks of all trades. Like, you wouldn't go to a barbecue chef and ask for a sushi roll. You got to really pick the right artist that's the right person for your idea. And the better you get that fit, the better results you'll get. And I'm just being honest with people. They can do it better. Please go to them,
Tony, how many clients would you say that you tattoo during the week?
During the week, I'm pretty much about 7 people a week. I've kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't jam-pack like I used to. I find that not having such a crunch, you get better art results. And although I'm not really accessible to everyone, I'm getting much better art out of it now.
Tony, I saw some of those pieces on your website. Man, like I said on that mural, you snapped on some of those. Like, how did you get the creative? Like, how do you guys just get the vision to bring it from the paper to somebody's body? How does that work?
It's not really a secret. Talent is passion pursued, and I believe that. I get adults all the time saying, I can't even draw a stick figure. I'm like, you could if you tried today. Now, when you tell it to an adult, they don't really believe you. I'm just not an artist. But you tell that to a kid, which is why a lot of my murals are a little bit more centered towards kids. They believe you. As soon as you say that, try today and you can be an artist, they're looking for pencil and paper before you can even finish the sentence. So please, make art. Everyone can do it. You just got to start.
Tony, can you tell people how to get in touch with you if they want to, get a hold of your art and work with you?
Please follow me on Instagram at Tony Touch, TAT number 2. It's the best way to see my work and then also get a hold of me. Other than that, I work over at Infinite Art down in Seacorn in Sylvania. Please, if you guys need anything from me, let me know.
Shouts out to Infinite Art. You're really down the street from Ohio Bras. I own the jiu-jitsu school down there. So a lot of my guys, like I said, have spoke so highly of you. We are honored to have you here at this Toledo Festival, and thank you for coming out and interviewing with us today. Appreciate you. We'll be back with more.
welcome back to BCAN Live at the 2021 Momentum Festival. I'm your host, Allie Ray. We are enjoying just the beautiful weather, all the vendors. It's just a gorgeous time to be in downtown Toledo. We're actually going to be talking to some of our local vendors with Dion.
Thanks, Allie. I am here with Shayna and Sage, and they run the Sage Kamani Company. You guys want to talk a little bit about what it is you do and how the company got started?
Well, I make polymer clay earrings. I started about 2 months ago. I started just making earrings. I decided to start selling them and sharing everything.
What you think, Mom?
I'm very proud of her. I mean, she's doing an amazing job. Her creative spirit is awesome, and just proud of her.
So what made you come down to this arts festival to display your art?
I thought it'd be a great platform for her to, display her new fall collection and just, be with all the other makers, more motivation. So, yeah.
I think that's incredible. Now, what school do you go to? Do you attend?
I'm homeschooling.
Okay, great. So you're an influencer here in our community. How did that come about?
I actually started my blog in Atlanta, and I recently moved back to Toledo, so I was just all about supporting local and just getting out there because it's definitely needed to support local in our city to help it grow.
Well, let me ask you, so you went away for a little bit and you came back. Have you seen how the city has grown and advanced, and what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's definitely grown, and it's just amazing to see. Every day seems like something great is happening, just like this festival. It came back. I was happy about that, and just seeing all the people out and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I'm a native Toledo myself, and I remember when this used to be the place. It seems like it's starting to reset, revitalize, and you have your daughter down here. Now, explain to me about this fall collection.
It's just, a lot of fall, really fall colors that can really go with a lot of stuff. Like yellows and oranges and browns and stuff like that.
Now, Mom, obviously she's got the creative gene from you as well, because I see you have on some of her earrings. How do you go about making this happen?
Oh, first of all, just being real supportive of her visions and creativity, making sure she has everything she needed to create, giving her insight on the business side of it, and just surrounding her with good influences that can help her grow her business.
Now, Sage, what would you tell any young person looking to develop their own business? You have any advice for them? Don't worry about it. Mom, what was the advice that you gave her to give her the confidence to get started in this?
If you have a vision, if you just do it, just start it. There's no wrong answers. You can only grow, and just seek help around you. If you need help, ask for it.
That's incredible. And once again, we are here at the Sage Kamani Company. Allie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dion. And now that we are close to the end of the show, it is with a heavy heart that I am going to have to announce that Eric Oblander, our rock and roll expert, is moving on to bigger and better things. So this is Eric's final sign off.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say as a last final note that this will be my last broadcast for BCAN. It has been my distinct honor over the last 5 years to share the stories, the music, the art, and the passion of the Toledo area, along with my co-producers Allie and Tim and Jordan and Faith. I thank them so much, and of course Marcus Harrison, our lead producer. Thank you so much for inspiring me every day and setting the bar as high as we can. I also want to say a special thanks to our crew, who in my mind, and I believe to be fact, is the best in the business. No matter what we throw at them, they always come back with something that's better than we ever imagined. Thank you to all our camera guys, all our lighting people, sound, graphics, directors, producers. Thank you all so much. Toledo, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your lives. It's greatly appreciated, something I will never forget and hold with me very dearly. And that's it for me. Thank you so much. Continue being cool to each other, and we'll see you next time.
Eric, it has been a pleasure working with you the last 5 years. I remember we were both on the crew, and look where we are now. We're here at the Momentum Festival. This is Eric's last broadcast, and it's just the beginning for new era of art as I'm going back to my roots and giving you in the new year a brand new art show, and we are so excited to be giving that to you. But in the meantime, we're enjoying our time here downtown Toledo at the 2021 4th Annual Momentum Festival with local vendors, street art, bird's eye view circus demonstrations, Fire Nation, all that good stuff. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm Allie Ray.